If we do not have a home base and if we are constantly traveling as digital nomads in Latin America for more than 3 years, where do we stay?
It's not all hotels. In fact, hotel is not even our first choice of accommodation for our long-term slow travel lifestyle.
We usually choose from 5 broad categories of accommodation for our life on the road. So let's talk about each of these.
Number 1, vacation rentals such as Airbnbs, private or shared.
This is what we choose for most of our long-term stays. With stable high-speed internet, fully equipped kitchen, access to washer to do our own laundry, and our private space. This is the closest we can get to the idea of living a regular life or having a routine even while traveling in different destinations. There are 2 options we choose from, private or shared.
Private would be a full apartment, all to ourselves. We book private independent apartments when we are looking for some seclusion, taking it slow, putting our heads down to work, and maintaining a good balance between slow living, mindful travel, and focused work. For our long stays in one place, we choose independent apartments but with the host families living next door. So this gives us the seclusion that we want, but there is also a chance to interact with the host families and also call our friends home occasionally.
And shared would be a private room with a private attached bathroom or a shared common bathroom in the host's house or apartment with access to their common living space, kitchen and laundry. We choose this option when we want all the home amenities, but at the same time we seek the opportunity of cultural exchange with someone local living under the same roof and sometimes other travelers in the same house. This has allowed us to collect so many wonderful memories of cultural exchanges.
Let us give you some examples. In a beautiful mountain town of El Salvador, we shared his home with this kind man who has 2 adorable rescue dogs. On the last day of the year, we were going for a waterfall hike in the morning. When we were about to leave, the host told us that enjoy the hike but please come back by evening. I'm going to cook the New Year Eve meal and we are going to have dinner together tonight.
Really, it felt like a family member telling us that do whatever you want to do during the day, but please be back home and on time for the family celebration. I can't explain how homely, how family-like that felt when we were thousands of miles away from home, away from our families during a festive time of the year.
Another example, we were sharing a house in Medellin, Colombia with other travelers and the host lived next door. One of the days, everyone decided to come together to do a Sunday barbecue, asado. It was a lovely afternoon, spending time with people from different countries and talking about different cultures.
And we also got to learn the steps of salsa dancing from the Colombian boys and girls. Now, when talking about Airbnbs as accommodation choices, we have to mention this. We are aware of the debates and concerns about how Airbnb can affect housing affordability or can result in housing shortages in certain areas. But at the same time, we cannot deny the access to so many home-like accommodations on Airbnb, particularly when we do not have any home to return to.
So to attempt some balance, here are a few things that we try to do when booking an Airbnb. Number 1, people as host and not companies. We read the Airbnb listings carefully, read a lot of reviews, read the descriptions, and see that if it is hosted by individuals and not companies who make a faceless business out of it with several properties they own in one location. Number 2, local host. We prefer to book those Airbnbs where the host lives in the same house, on the same property or in the same neighborhood.
This way we get the chance to interact with someone local, get to pet their pets, can seek their recommendations and suggestions for the area, can interact with them, share our cultures, and in most cases by the end of our stay, we grow to become like friends or families. And number 3, duration. We usually book Airbnbs for long-term stays for more than a month or at least a few weeks. But for stays of shorter duration, we start our search from other accommodation choices that we are going to talk about next. Number 2, have you heard of Couchsurfing? It is a concept that connects travelers from around the world to hosts in different countries. The idea is the host will offer a couch or a spare room in their home to the travelers for free. The pure purpose of this is connection and cultural exchange among people from different parts of the world.
For travelers like us, the idea is to get introduced to the place and the culture through the lens of the host and also share our culture with them through conversations, shared meals, and activities. Even if you are not staying with any Couchsurfing host, you can participate in Couchsurfing events, which are cultural exchange activities in the place you are traveling.
We haven't done too many couchsurfings. I know there are many people who continue their years of travel just by couchsurfing. Maybe we are too shy or too private to try a lot of couchsurfings per year.
However, the few Couchsurfing events and stays that we have experienced, those were enriching and enjoyable for us.
And encouraged us to step beyond our comfort zone. For example, I have 2 left feet, but we attended a couchsurfing event in Santiago de Chile about Chile's Independence Day celebration fiesta. And there, we danced in public, doing the steps of Chilean traditional dance that we had just learned from a Chilean friend whom we met at that event.
Another example, our first introduction to Argentina travel was couchsurfing with a hosting family in a stunning village by a glacial lake in Patagonia. But what is most memorable for us is not just the beauty of the place, but the shared experiences with the host family, including a trip with them to their Mapuche friends' family's ancestral home.
Mapuche people are an indigenous community and the original inhabitants of Patagonia who could successfully resist the Spanish conquerors for centuries. They could never be conquered by the Spanish conquerors. And there we were, sitting at a Mapuche family's home, sharing a yerba mate with all of them.
Actually, we learned how to sip yerba mate there.
Yeah, you share one cup that goes around. That experience, pinch me please.
Number 3, volunteering. Another way of getting accommodation for free while traveling is volunteering for service in exchange. There are various platforms where you can find such opportunities like Workaway, Worldpackers, Woof. We have only used Workaway and we loved that platform, and also we have heard people talking highly about the other 2 platforms.
For types of volunteering services, there are dozens of different ones of them. From sweeping floors to serving breakfast to creating videos, we have done all those of
Fun.
yeah. There are many more like teaching English, participating in permaculture, building something, creating wall murals. There are so many listings of volunteering opportunities across the world. Most likely you will find something that suits your skill sets and your required living conditions in a destination where we wish to explore on your own at your own pace. We think that volunteering is a wonderful way of traveling long term and provides a great opportunity of cultural immersion.
We have done a few volunteering, but only in the first year of our long-term travel. We like the idea, but it requires a lot of time commitment from us.
At least 4 to 5 hours a day, 5 times a week.
Since we are not able to spare that time from our current schedule, we are parking our next volunteering opportunity for later. One note of caution though, if you do this, please be careful about the visa requirements based on the country of your origin. Do not sign up for your volunteering duties in countries where your visa category doesn't allow you to.
Not all travelers, all volunteers from all countries need to be cautious about this. But if you are like us, holding weak passports like ours, then please be cognizant of the requirements. Accommodation choice number 4, hostels. Another choice of accommodation for us when traveling for shorter durations in tourist destinations is hostels, but not in dorms. Don't get me wrong. We have stayed in and can stay in dorms if the dorm has double bed with privacy curtains. In fact, it is quite fun to stay in a dorm in a hostel.
For a night or 2.
Yeah.
We like sharing common spaces in the hostels with other people from around the world and enjoying fun interactions and conversations. But for sleeping, we prefer one private room in the hostel, please.
Instead of 2 bunk beds in the dorm.
Nothing against dorm again.
Yeah, it's just a life stage we are in. We are not backpackers in our 20s traveling the world on a gap year.
We are mature adults and we have been married for thousands of years.
Who gave up their long-standing corporate careers to build a business of their own. That's why private room over dorm. We're in a hostel.
And both of us are introverts, so we do not quite like loud parties but love cultural exchanges. So when booking hostels, we look for socialization opportunities rather than party vibes. And with such opportunities, we get to have some amazing conversations with people from around the world. We also have chances to do some activities with them or even get to reunite with some of them in some other place and at some other time.
Accommodation choice number 5. This one is obvious. Hotels or resorts. Nicely appointed rooms, manicured gardens, nice breakfast and a full service. What's there not to like about a hotel? Hotel is not our first choice of accommodation when traveling as digital nomads for long term.
Because when comparing staying in a home or an apartment, the space in a hotel room may feel limited. But more importantly, the lack of kitchen or a washing machine for doing laundry, and in some cases high-speed internet, eliminates hotels and resorts as our top choices of accommodation while slow traveling as digital nomads.
But as I said, who doesn't like staying in a hotel? So every once in a while, we do enjoy staying at a hotel or at a boutique place. For example, when we take a side trip from the base location where we are at, or when we are looking for exclusive on-site amenities, for example, the hot spring resorts in Costa Rica, or when we want to wake up to a hearty breakfast made by someone else, or all of the above.
No, even boarding.
Oh yes, boarding-focused lodges.
Yes.
So these were our 5 broad categories of accommodation that we choose from when traveling as digital nomads long term.
But last but not the least,
We have to mention 2 other accommodation choices for our life without a home base. One, our friends' places. Our friends are kind enough to host us in their homes whenever we are visiting their cities. And 2, the special one. We stay with our families whenever we are visiting our hometown Kolkata in India.
so which among this is our favorite accommodation when traveling long term?
Well, none in particular. I think it depends, our search and selection depend on what we are looking for at that time and in that place. And what kind of mix we are looking for in terms of balancing privacy and socialization, comfort and challenges, fun and work.
But wherever we stay, we adapt to make that place our home for that time.
That is why even without a home base for more than 3 years, we feel like we have so many homes in so many places. Maybe we will not return to most of them ever, but these homes will forever form a chapter of our journey, will always be a part of the life that we are building together. Our food hall from the Mercado Central in Sucre, Bolivia today.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Ciao.
Hasta luego.